From tiny pixies with permanent wings, to dwarves digging great mines, to mega giants with 3 rows of heart, this datapack adds 10 new fantasy races to the game. Each one has unique traits and can change your gameplay greatly. After a couple months of development, I have finished making and testing the species datapack. With the latest updates giving more freedom to us datapackers in terms of modifying player stats, now was the perfect time to make something where you could become a dwarf. Requiring no mods, plainly vanilla 1.21 Minecraft, you could live out your fantasy dreams. Race selection. Once installed, any player without a chosen race will be frozen. In chat, you must type /trigger and you will see all the options. If one doesn't want any changes, then they can select human and will have 10 hearts and nothing else will be changed from normal. Once your fantasy species has been selected, the blindness will clear and you will notice yourself with different speed, possibly different size, and maybe even a different head. Let's start with the first race on the list, Aarakocra. Upon selecting the species, you'll notice you got a permanent elytra. These bird people are a little bit shorter than normal players and have a smaller falling speed. They also take way less fall damage. This is a good benefit as they also have less health. These bird people have a squawk ability that boosts them up really fast, allowing for quick escapes and making the elytra more useful. On top of that, Aarakocra can jump a bit higher. Dwarf. Everyone knows what they are. Dwarves are short, they have grand minds, and have amazing constitution. When one chooses this race, their hearts are doubled. Dwarves are a good bit slower than normal players, but of course, they are much faster at breaking blocks. Their block placing and mining reach is normal, but their entity attack reach is a bit shorter, to account for their reduced size. Dwarves are also immune to poison, and gain regeneration effect when mining diamonds. To balance them, their fall damage is slightly increased. When sneaking, they could fit in a 1-block space, and on natural stones, their speed is also boosted while sneaking. Elf. You can't have a world with dwarves without a world with elves. These magnificent archers are faster and have 1 less heart. Elves get jump boost and speed increase when holding a bow. By sneaking for a few seconds, elves can heal themselves. The elves' main feature though is aim assist. In the offhand, bows work normally, but in the main hand, drawing a bow points your aim towards the nearest entity within 8 blocks, essentially making bows the perfect melee weapons for elves. Once you get power and punch enchantments for that bow, you'll be the bane of all the fast small races and never have to use a sword again. Giant. These guys have 3 rows of hearts, massively increased damage, and large natural knockback. As a giant, you'll be 4 blocks tall and 2 blocks wide. Base building and mining would go very differently for you. The giants have faster mining speed and big knockback resistance. They jump 2 blocks high and treat normal blocks like slabs when moving, but because of their size, they take increased fall damage and cannot ride any boats or horses. Goblin. The natural thieves. When becoming this race, you'll notice how small you are right away. Unlike dwarves, goblins get speed boost instead of decrease. Goblins have less health and less reach, but their main abilities come from gems and bundles. Holding a bundle acts as an item magnet for any items within 5 blocks, and sneaking with a bundle gives you invisibility and weakness. In the offhand, when holding diamonds, gold, amethyst, or emerald, they get various effects. Gold giving haste, for example. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe. Minotaur. Being half bull and half man, you'll see your head become one of a cow with great horns. Minotaurs have a boost to attack damage and have more health. Minotaurs get the ability to charge. After running without jumping, indicated by the particles and sound, they gain +9 to damage for 1 second and +6 to damage for 3 seconds. They also get speed from this charge attack. This makes a straight blow from a sprinting Minotaur devastating. Minotaurs have debuffs from touching water as their fur gets wet, so it's best to avoid it. Minotaurs are also 0.1 blocks taller. Myconid. The mushroom people are a very unique race. They are a bit smaller. You'll notice a green mushroom top when you become one. You'll become immune to poison, wither, hunger, and blindness. The 2 less hearts are made up for with absorption when standing on any mushroom block. Myconids can change their top to a brown, red, crimson, or warped mushroom by standing on one while holding the same mushroom in both main and offhand. Myconids, after every 1000 or so damage that they deal, release a spore attack which spreads between mobs and debuffs them, while buffing the Myconid. Pixie. As one of these, you'll be the smallest race, and you'll have a permanent elytra and boosted jumps. With 3 hearts and a high level of regeneration, the game will be quite different. You become immune to any mob dealing low damage, but become very vulnerable to anything that can take out all your hearts at once. Of course, with your light weight, fall damage is reduced very greatly. Sahuagin. The species adapted to oceans. These guys are faster at moving and mining underwater and can live there as normal. Outside water, when still wet for a few seconds, they get some speed and jump height, but as they dry, they get weaker and slower. Fire speeds up their drying rate even more, and if they don't touch water for very long, they begin to lose hunger. Sahuagins lose all their debuffs when it's raining and can splash themselves by drinking water. Satyr. These are the species built for traveling the lands. Outside of being incredibly fast, they run up full blocks like they're slabs, and get speed boosts with each jump. By sneaking, they can traverse cliffs due to high jumps. They get wither effect and fire, and on the surface of water they may also get some. Satyrs get buffs from playing goat horns or standing on jukeboxes. I'm working on a big fungus dimension in the background, and if you have any ideas for that, also do be sure to comment. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future content.